Hey guys, welcome back to TTMR. We're back with me and Sean, and today we will be reviewing the new movie Avatar: The Way of Water, directed by legendary James Cameron, the same man who brought you some spectacular movies like the first Avatar and my all-time favorite film, Terminator 2: Judgment Day.
In this film, we follow our main character Jake as we are introduced to his new lifestyle that is much more focused on his newly established family consisting of Neytiri, his two sons, and his two daughters. We follow Jake as he is again at conflict with the Sky People, who are now returning to Pandora to hunt down Jake for his betrayal of the humans in the previous movie. As he is concerned for his family's well-being, Jake flees the forest and eventually comes across the Metkayina, the Water Tribe. Although at first Jake and his family have trouble fitting in due to their roots in the forest and the target on Jake's back, they eventually become more accustomed to the Metkayina lifestyle. Unfortunately for Jake, however, Colonel Korch tracks down the location of their refuge and on several occasions tries to lure Jake in by endangering the ones that he's closest to, that being his family. Although the tides seem to be turned in the Colonel's favor, Jake eventually grasps the upper hand and defeats the Colonel at the bottom of the ocean, only barely saved by the end of the film by the skin of his teeth.
I can't even find a good place to start. This movie was hands down phenomenal. I walked into the theater hoping that this movie would live up to the bar set by the first, and wow, it shot way past it. With 3 hours to tell a story, James Cameron really went for it in this sequel, adding plotline on top of plotline, character development for almost every main protagonist, and a lot of world building. These are just some of the reasons why I adore this movie. Even with multiple plotlines between characters, I never felt as though I got lost in the story or couldn't follow along. This film does an amazing job of making the watcher believe the character development, keeping the watcher looking forward to seeing how these characters' stories will eventually play out.
Oh my god! This film is something that is truly not only a good movie to go out and watch, but an absolute privilege to see. I feel like there are not many other movies that will make me feel the same way I felt while watching this movie again, as this film, at least in my eyes, did pretty much every conceivable thing right. I mean, I don't even know how to describe what it's like to watch this. The incredible visuals, fantastic storytelling, and phenomenal acting can just get the viewer lost in the art of the film. James Cameron really perfected what the first movie had going for it, as pretty much everything that I enjoyed about the initial movie was exponentially magnified in the sequel.
My main love in this film has to be how Cameron expands the world of Pandora by showing us a completely new and separate tribe of Na'vi, this being the water tribe, the Metkayina, with a separate leader who goes by the name Tonowari. I love this because it makes Pandora feel like a much bigger world. We also learn of many other tribes that exist, however, this is not shown to the watcher but told through a conversation between Jake and Tonowari. I love the way Cameron wrote the Metkayina, showing that they believe in the same things as the Ometkaya, yet having different practices. This is a great way of showing diversity between the groups, and it's pretty believable. It's incorporated into the movie as a main plot point that holds significant value. It's not just thrown into the film to have it. This world building paired with the main threat forces our characters to adapt to the ways of the Metkayina, as they are a long way away from the forest. This character development truly feels believable and not forced, giving a sense of satisfaction to the watcher as we see the trial and error of our main characters trying to learn the ways of the Metkayina.
In particular, I extremely adore the scenery in this movie, as Cameron displayed many captivating settings that enabled viewers to not get bored at any points in the film. We saw in the depths of the forest, which are full of vibrant green and brown colors that contrast with the later setting of the home of the Metkayina, which instead emphasize the colors of blue, tan, and white. Even the sub-locations in these settings adds to the variety of the scenery of this film, as the dwelling system for the Metkayina people contrasted with the pure water by the use of the wooden framework to add variety to the scenes, but still assisted the overall intentions of a water-based village as it was still largely open to the vibrant sea. Even the Colonel's ships added to the diversity of this film, as it focused more on the grey and black scheme that would later be engulfed in captivating orange flames. Although these subtle details may seem unnoticeable on the surface, it unconsciously allows the viewer to stay significantly more immersed in the scenes and better emphasize the story that Cameron is trying to tell.
On top of all the amazing qualities that Sean and I have just mentioned, there are still many more we haven't got to touch on. For example, the pacing of this movie is incredible, not feeling too fast yet not feeling too sluggish throughout the 3-hour experience. This is a very impressive feat. Having such a long runtime can make a movie feel like it's dragging on for a long time. However, just like Matt Reeves did with The Batman earlier this year, James Cameron absolutely nailed it in this aspect. Another quality we love about this movie is the CGI, of course. This film looks absolutely amazing and every shot is beautiful and feels real. Lastly, we have to mention the action sequences. These were all shot and produced perfectly. The fight scenes between the Metkayina and the Sky People towards the climax of the film were thrilling and always kept us on the edges of our seats. They felt like they had real meaning due to the character development we had seen throughout the course of the movie up until this point.
Max and I absolutely adore this film for all of the fantastic attributes that have been discussed, and due to this love for the film, we both rated it with a perfect score of 10 out of 10 each, or 100% total. If there was any film that should break the 100% boundary, it is absolutely this one, as it not only incorporates extremely well thought out ideas, but its execution of those ideas created what is indubitably one of the best, if not the best movie that we have seen all year. The first Avatar film was a historic masterpiece, and to not only be able to create a sequel that can rival the success of its predecessor, but exponentially expand on what made the last one so remarkable, is simply masterful cinematography and envisioning for a franchise that is perhaps unrivaled by all other series of film.
This is easily a must-watch for any movie lover. This film has amazing and believable character development, stunning music and visuals, and an overall phenomenal story about Jake Sully and his family that leaves you wanting to see more of these amazing characters. It has a diverse set of characters as well as new locations that expand the world of Pandora as we know it. This movie is easily one of the best that have come out all year, and I'm looking forward to see the rest of the movies planned out in this series. Sean and I 100% recommend this movie to anyone who enjoyed the first, or to people who need a good movie to watch to pass the time. This is definitely one you shouldn't skip.
So with that being said, that has been a review of Avatar: The Way of Water. Remember that this is just our opinion, so you don't necessarily have to believe everything that is said here. Come back soon for more reviews or Baz existing ones on the channel.
Make sure to check out our Twitter for sneak peeks and updates on our future projects. We hope you all have an amazing rest of your day, and if you enjoyed, you could like or subscribe to help us out. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a great day.